शिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां सर्ववेदान्तसिद्धान्त गोचरं तमगोचरं गोविन्दं परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम् उक्तमर्थमिममात्मनि स्वयं भावय प्रतितयुक्तिभिर्धिया संशयादिरहितं कराम्बुवत् तेन तत्त्वनिगमो भविष्यति। Whatever we have discussed in the last few verses, so all these things, whatever have been mentioned in the previous verses, here in this verse, the scripture says, may you reflect upon this. Thinking about the subject matter is the very important thing, because what you need is correction of your misunderstanding. And that has got to be deep-rooted in the mind of a seeker. If at all you want to be free from the clutches of this birth and death, etc., sorrow, any problem, mental problem, if at all you want to be free from all these things, then you have to understand things thoroughly. Generally, what happens, people go after activities in order to be free from sorrow, which is not possible. That has not been the case here. I'll do something and I'll be happy. I'll eat something, I will speak to somebody and be happy. That doesn't work. And people go for these things alone. Why? Because they don't know anything other than that. When I'm worried, suppose I go to somebody and talk for some time, then I get this solace from that person, some sort of relaxation for a few minutes or so. This sort of temporary solution doesn't work. We are not going for a temporary solution. We want to have a solution permanently all the time. So to be free from the clutches of sorrow, what do you need to do? So whatever have been mentioned earlier in the earlier verses, may you reflect upon those things, whether it is true or not, again and again. And scripture is not telling you follow blindly. No, you follow us blindly, the scripture never says. You put your own logic and come to the conclusion that this is correct. You have your own, because see, anybody in this world, whoever says whatever, you are never going to accept me. Even I am telling you, see, you are never going to accept me unless it is logical. Any belief is belief alone. That is the reason why it has been said here. Whatever in the previous verses we have explained about liberation, may you reflect upon this thing. How the truth is not affected by any change in the universe, not only in your body, any change in your body, any change in the society, any change anywhere in this world, but any change all over the world, all over the universe, the truth is never affected. May you keep understanding this again and again. And why the scripture says keep understanding this again and again? Because changes you cannot stop. What you can do is you can think properly about all these things. Think in the right manner so that you are not getting affected. So And it has been mentioned here that may your intellect be very sharp, because it is very easy to enjoy the world, very easy. But in and through the enjoyment, there is the seed of sorrow. That attention has got to be there. Anywhere, anywhere, any enjoyment means you have got confusion. It's not that you, you are going to be unhappy. No, sir. The scripture never says that you be unhappy, etc. No, never. Your being unhappy is a confusion, and your being happy also is a confusion. So, see, whenever you are unhappy, worried for something, why you are worried for somebody or something? Because you enjoy that thing or that somebody. That's the reason you are worried. So very subtle, very subtle. Once you have confusion, as long as you don't remove that confusion, you are not going to remain comfortably. So you need to remove the confusion and see that this is a confusion. That seeing itself is a confusion is not an easy job. Very rare person has got the capacity to discover that this is a confusion. Any enjoyment for that matter. And that is the source of all your problem. Enjoyment of the world is the source of all your problem. That will cover, mm, that will cover the reality. That will hide the reality. So, what should you do then? May you put your own logic. Scripture never says you believe me. Put your own logic and see what I am telling is the truth. You have to discover this is truth based on the statement of the scripture. No individual will ever say that I am saying this, that's why it is correct. You will also will never believe me, I tell you. See, my friends, some time ago, a few years back, they came and asked me, see, when you left your house, okay? You left your house. The purpose you had left, have you fulfilled that purpose? They asked me. There is a purpose definitely. When you do something, there is a purpose. Similarly, when you leave your house and go away in search of truth, whatever you say, so that purpose must be there. So they asked me the question. So have you got whatever you wanted to get? Hmm? Your purpose has your purpose been fulfilled? They asked me. And I thought for a moment, what should I answer? So then I said, see, suppose I say I got, what will you understand? And suppose I say I didn't get, what will you understand? Meaningless, I tell you. Suppose I say I know the Lord, what will happen to you? Nothing. Either you will think he's telling wrong, generally what people will do, and or you will say maybe yes, yes, he knows. How do you know what I know? So it is simply meaningless. That's why you can never believe any given person. That's why in the tradition, the pramana or the proof is scripture. You find out how it is true. I am not telling. I'm just telling what the scripture says. Scripture is saying that the entire universe is you. And the entire universe, whatever change takes place in the entire universe, nothing affects you. There is nothing painful in this universe. See, very important. There is nothing painful in the universe. Why? Because everything is the Lord alone. So you discover how it is true. So you have to put your brain behind it. The entire universe, if you discover it to be the Lord, then how can you be unhappy for the Lord? Find it out. Then, if the entire universe, the scripture says is the Lord, you have to find it out how it is the Lord. You thought you thought this is Mr. So and Mrs. So and this is father, this is mother, this is house, this and that. You have a long list. So you have to correct your misunderstanding. And how do you do it? Go as per the as per the rules given. Rules means the way how to think, the logic. You have to put your logic. So because, as I have said earlier, no one is going to believe without putting one's own logic. Nothing is acceptable which is illogical. There is Lord who is seeing everything, and if you do wrong, then He is going to punish you, etc. Or believe Lord is Lord, whatever is Lord, you need to know whether it is Lord or not, because no Lord says that I am the Lord. So the logics have been given. Logic which is given in the scripture is, see, the cause has to be in the form of the effect. Very simple logic. Cause has to be in the form of the effect. The product has to come from its source, and source has to transform itself into the product, just like the clay turns into the pot. Mr. Clay or Miss Clay, whatever it is, Mrs. Clay, it has to transform itself into the pot. Of course, with the help of the pot maker, definitely. But the clay has to transform itself into the pot. Now, all the qualities of the clay has got to be there in the pot itself. So the entire universe, similarly, by the same logic, this truth or whatever is the cause of the universe, let us say this much, no God for etc. Whatever is the cause of the entire universe has to be the universe. Whatever is the cause of the pot has to be the pot. Cause of the pot has to be the pot, because it is not different from the pot, from the source. Source has to look like the pot. This is the way it happens, This is the nature. You see, anything, it turns into that particular particular object. So now, if the Lord itself is the entire universe, suppose somebody understands the Lord himself or itself, whatever it is, himself, herself, or itself, whatever you say, it is fine. That's why the Lord is given the name it in neuter gender. The Brahma, the word is used, which is used in the Vedas, neuter gender. The Lord is neither male nor female, I tell you. It's very important, because generally people, they are stuck to given form, and that to human beings, human forms. The Lord should have human forms. We have got so many forms. The Lord having male body, female body, having many heads, etc. So varieties of forms are given to the Lord. But the Lord does not have any form, I tell you. Lord doesn't have any. The beginning doesn't have any form. It cannot. Space cannot have any form. So, but it can take form. That possibility has got to be discovered. See, a thing which doesn't have any form can have a form. Why? The potential is there, the capacity is there. The thing which doesn't have any form, for example, the air doesn't have any form, Air doesn't have any form, but air can transform itself into water. Air can transform itself into water. It happens. The dew drops in the morning. In winter, you will see. So any water is a product of air. Now, air is not visible, but what is visible is water. Same air, when it turns into water, it becomes visible. By the same logic, a thing which is formless can have form. Be sure about it. This is proof. You don't need any extra effort for that. A thing which doesn't have any form can have a form. See, it is having here right in front of you. So why not the Lord which does not have any form has all the forms in the universe, all the earthly forms, sound, form, taste, and everything is nothing but the Lord. Suppose you understand that. Suppose somebody, anybody who understands that. Suppose the entire universe is the manifest form of the Lord. Suppose somebody understands. What does it mean? Your entire family is the manifest form of the Lord. Your dress, etc., everything is the manifest form of the Lord. The sun, moon, star, etc., all these things manifest from the Lord. Similarly, the comfortable situations, uncomfortable situations, war, etc., everything is the form of the Lord. So when everything is the form of the Lord, you are unhappy because of what? You can never be unhappy because of the Lord. Definitely. When you do not understand this, then the sorrow comes. Birth, who is born? The Lord alone is born. Who dies? The Lord alone dies. If at all, the Lord dies. But in fact, the Lord never dies. How? The water will vanish, water will vaporize, but not the air. So water will turn into vapor. Given a certain heat, it will not retain the same form. It will become air. Similarly, that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So total non-existence of anything doesn't happen. Total non-existence of anything doesn't exist. Existence is the reality. So now, when you are stuck to certain sort of enjoyment from people and things around and situations around, you suffer. Who told you to enjoy so much? Like, for example, let me say, there is winter. I have not created in winter. You have not created winter. None of us has created winter. We only discover that there is winter, and based on that, we prepare things, whatever is there around, blanket, etc. We arrange all these things and we live. So now, living according to the external situation is perfect, but hmm, getting affected is your problem. Getting affected emotionally, too much cold, etc. If you keep crying, too much cold is there. That is the nature. The body, nature of the body also is to get affected. Nature of the body, nature of the winter, rain, and summer. These things, main seasons are there. So now, why these things happen? This is how the nature. You have to understand this is the nature. And anybody who is alive, he is going to experience all these things. Very simple. Not only human beings, any living organism. Of course, there is no expression in plants. Hmm. Plants do not express the heat and cold, etc. So you see the creation. There is hunger and thirst. Yeah, this is the nature of the living organisms. Not everywhere there is stomach, etc. No, the tree doesn't have any stomach. But wherever there is system of stomach is there. You just discover how the Lord is in each and every form. Lord is in each and every change, every modification in this universe is the form of the Lord. And if every modification, as I told you, air, water, ice, the same water turns into ice. Similarly, comfortable situation of your body, uncomfortable situation of your body, external world also, tussle, fighting with people, fighting among countries, name of the countries, all these things. Today, these are the names of the countries. It will be like this. Fighting will be like this. And sometimes you live comfortably also. It's not that all the time people keep fighting, not like that. So, any change that takes place anywhere in this universe, starting from your own body, mind. It is within the scheme of things, Lord's wish. And by understanding that, if you are comfortable, then only you will remain comfortable. That's the reason why uh, Vyasa, the author of Bhagavad Gita, he has said, mm, keeping cool is getting connected to the Lord. See, I'm telling in Sanskrit, samatvam yoga uchyate. Keeping cool is trying to be associated with the Lord. If you don't keep your cool, it is up to you. But there is no respite, I tell you. Unless you keep your cool, definitely your activities are not going to be okay. So, keeping cool is the only option left to you. Changes will happen. The body will go through varieties of changes. The external world has been undergoing varieties of changes. We have seen this. Just like I'm sitting here and talking to you from a distance, and you are able to see this. This doesn't mean it's going to save you. Yes, I am giving the subject matter which is there in the scripture, and that alone keeps somebody happy. That's okay. But the person who is going to put effort is you, not myself, not the scripture. So, this is what? Putting one's own logic. You put your logic in keeping with the scripture. Never go against the scripture. Whenever you go against the scripture, you are going to suffer. You are going to suffer definitely. There's no doubt about it. Why? Because reality will not change even if you are worried, even if you do whatever you like, but reality is never going to change. So, put your logic, keep arguing in the right direction. How the scripture is true, how the scripture is true. If the truth is all pervasive, entire universe is nothing but the truth, then in fact there seems to be so many changes, but actually there has not been any changes in this universe. Just let me give an example. There have been so many waves in the ocean. Has there been any change in the water? It is the same water, I can say, millions of years back. In the ocean, it is the same water. Today also it is the same water. And after millions of years also, it will remain the same water. Water will never change at any time, Size of the waves will change. Similarly, the entire universe, the forms, etc., they will change. But the formless truth never changes, and that happens to be you. That is to be discovered and put the logic again and again. And suppose you say, how do I live in my life? In the way you are living now, you don't need to change your life. Because anyway, you are eating and drinking water and sleeping and doing something definitely. Only thing you have to do is see how you are in that particular position, that particular situation to do things. The Lord wants you to be there and do things. I am doing here. Some or other work you have to do in order to live. So I am doing something, you are doing something, everybody does something, and nothing is very important. Everything is important definitely because to live you have to work. Every insect, every animal, it works, does something. Deliberate action is possible from the human beings. So other animals are there programmed. They will behave in a particular manner. But human beings, they can think and act. So anybody does anything, that is how he is supposed to do. That's it. So whatever you are, physically, mentally, knowledge-wise, this is how the Lord wanted to be like you. The Lord wanted to be like this, or you can say, the Lord wanted to take your form. Yeah, it is His form alone. You have to discover it is His form. So once that is done, no, the job is done, complete. So then what should you do? Any doubt? There will be doubt definitely. Suppose everything is the Lord, I am the Lord. Suppose I accept everything is the Lord. Then why this is thing happening? There is no why then. Why there are so many things happening in the dream? There is no why because it doesn't exist. And even if you say why these things are happening like this, the answer should be because it is the wish of the Lord. Why there are why there is three seasons only? Why not many? Why human beings don't have tail? Lord's wish, you can't say anything. See, the cat has got a tail, the dog has got a tail, the elephant has got a tail, even if it's not big one. Why shouldn't human being have one? The human being also should have one tail. Then you have to find out an answer. Answer you have to find out. But the answer is not needed. It is not needed by the system, by the creator. Who am I to say that I should have tails? Who am I to say that I should have horns, etc.? I may have because the mind is there. I can have any type of imagination. It's okay, but the truth is the truth, and truth, relative truth. I mean, truth with respect to the universe, creation. This is how it has got to be. Nothing more, nothing less. So, any difficult situation, you have to see the same wish of the Lord and given your physical capacity, financial capacity, any capacity, whatever is given to you, act in that situation. Everybody does like that, in fact. So, acting given the situation is not denied to you. You need to act, you will act definitely, but let it be with the understanding that the situation has got to be like this. It could not have been otherwise. And I'm supposed to experience this situation. I'm supposed to experience this situation, whether it is winter or summer, whatever it is, I'm supposed to experience it. Anybody who is alive, he is supposed to experience this wish of the Lord. Somebody is not able to tolerate, fine, this is the wish of the Lord. I can't do anything. What is the medicine? There is pain in you and you are not able to tolerate. What medicine can I give for that? So you have to apply your logic. Logic in favor of the scripture. Never go against the scripture. So you are the truth about the universe when the scripture says you are the truth of the universe, or Brahma you are, infinity you are. But as per the nature of this body and the mind, it will undergo its own changes definitely. So you are the witness to whatever changes that is taking place, that are taking place in this body. This body was a child body, then it grew up, and it has become like this now. You are witness to it. That is the nature of the body. And when you are not affected by the various conditions of the body, then you are free from the body. Similarly, you are not affected by the varieties of changes that have taken place in the mind also. There have been varieties of changes. As a child, we were playing. We didn't have anything to do, nothing to worry. So any change that has taken place in the mind, that is also within the scheme of things. So all these changes, whatever have happened, they have gone. And future also it will happen like this. So what you can do is you are not affected. That not getting affected has got to be assimilated again and again. Whatever may be the condition of the body, whatever may be the condition of the external world, not getting affected you can do. You cannot bring an end to this heat and cold, etc. What you can do is you can remain cool. That's all you can do, I tell you. So and just like as I told you, you cannot put a tail for the human beings. Artificial tail you can have definitely, but the real tail it cannot have. You cannot have. Hmm. So what can be done and what cannot be done is within the system. What can be done, people are doing. So don't have to wonder. Oh, what a wonderful things they have done. Nothing. What can be done, and what cannot be done, nobody can do. That's you should be very clear. Anywhere anything is being done means it is possible. That's why they are doing it. What impossible means nobody can do anything. So anybody doing anything, whatever he does, possibility is there. That's why somebody is doing. Nothing is wonderful. You can wonder a little bit, doesn't matter, but not too much. Android mobile is wonderful. No, it's just like it's possible. That's why it came. We didn't know it earlier. Fine, that was fine. Many people didn't have the knowledge of Android mobile and they died. Fine, nothing wrong. People have got the knowledge of Android mobile and they will die. How does it make any difference? Our ancestors, they didn't know how to cook and they died. They didn't eat all these things, no? All sorts of food that we are eating today. They died, and today also people are dying. So, what is the difference between two types of deaths? If at all two types of deaths are there, that doesn't exist, of course. So, never to think that we are better today. This is how we live now. In this earth, our ancestors also lived. In the future, also people will live. But if they don't consider they are living as very beautiful, etc., they will be comfortable. And we live like this, that's it. Today we live like this. Why? Because this is the wish of the Lord. 100% the wish of the Lord. There will be Android mobile, there will be laptop, there will be car, there will be aeroplane, mm, other stuffs, whatever the human beings they have done it. There will be a few things, innumerable things in the future also. Not only today, there will be innumerable things in the future, I tell you, because the possibilities are many, endless possibilities are there. What are the things that you can make from clay? Just think, what all stuffs you can make from clay? Innumerable things. So, not getting fascinated, not being carried away by all these changes. A person can be cool. Being happy is perfect, but being very happy is wrong because you don't have proper understanding. So, any logic that goes against the reality happens to be the entire universe has got to be negated by yourself. Nothing wrong in committing mistakes, but what is wrong is if you don't correct your mistake, then mistake will reward you with a zero. Mm. External mistake is okay, pen and paper mistake is okay, but here, if you commit a mistake with respect to your own experiences, then you are going to suffer. Wherever there is a mistake, there is suffering. Once there is a relationship, this is my son is suffering, my father is suffering, my spouse is suffering. If you keep saying like this, instantly you will have sorrow. I tell you, see, his body is suffering. I am not able to walk, etc. I am suffering. Once there is association, there is suffering instantly. He don't get late, dear. He don't get late. Instant. That's why I told instantly. So it's very subtle, definitely, but it is possible. If somebody tries and does it, it is possible. Otherwise, nobody would have followed it. There have been instances in the past, same subject matter, same teaching doesn't change, just like the space never changes, air never changes. Similarly, this teaching also never changes. Same teaching, it can't be any different. So, if somebody puts effort, definitely he is doing justice to the human body. Otherwise, what will happen? being happy now and then and being unhappy. This is how the life will become. So you will see this just like water in your palm. As scripture says here in this verse, the truth will reveal to you just like water in your palm. In your palm, when you keep water, you can just see it. Similarly, the freedom also you can understand. I am free from any change, anything, whatever happens, I am free because Lord's manifestation is taking place. Every change, whether it is comfortable, uncomfortable, every situation, the Lord is playing the role. If I keep seeing this, then this truth will reveal itself. Automatically, you'll have the understanding. So, putting effort here in is in understanding the reality about the creation and not going against the creation. If you go against the creation, means you are going against the Lord. It should not have happened like this. This shouldn't have happened like this. Etc. You keep telling means you are going against the Lord. And the more you go against the Lord, the more you suffer. There is no excuse. We'll meditate rest of the time. Sit straight. Close your eyes. I'll take the names of various parts of the body. You see those parts. Top of the head here, forehead, left eye, right eye, nose, mouth, left cheek, left ear, right cheek, right ear, back side of the head, neck, left shoulder, left arm, left elbow, left palm fingers, right shoulder, right arm, right elbow, right palm fingers, back, chest, stomach, left thigh, left knee, left foot, the toes, right thigh, right knee, right foot, the toes, the entire body. This is not anything special. This body is not anything special. Today's and 1000 years back and after 1000 years there will be an end. It is all the same end. It's not going to be any way different. Dog, cat, elephant, peacock, anything for that matter. It is all the same. Similarly, this body also just nothing special about it. This is just like any other body in this world. I am happy with this body, whatever it is, the male or female. Similarly, everybody undergoes certain changes. External world undergoes certain changes. I accept everything because things happen. And given the situation, some capacity is given to everybody to act. So whatever capacity is given to me, I act accordingly. I don't crave for more capacity. Given the culture, I follow the rules and regulations because staying among the people is living one's life. You have to be in the society. The rules and regulations, whatever are followed there, it is my responsibility to follow those things. Nothing wrong in that. So I don't have any objection whatsoever. See how the air is entering into the body through the nostrils, through your nose. Air has been given the capacity to keep the body alive. And when the body is alive, then only activities are possible. And body is alive only because that's the wish of the Lord. Keep seeing how the air is entering into the body through the nose. Mental worship. Imagine a given form, any form of the Lord, any form whatsoever belongs to the Lord alone, male or female, whatever form it is, no problem. Lord being all pervasive, it is existing in that form also. Put a flower at the feet of the Lord, prostrate in front, and pray, "O Lord, give me the capacity to accept whatever I cannot change. Give me the capacity to change whatever I can change, and may I know in every situation what I can change and what I cannot change." Om Namah Shivaya, the chanting I am doing. Keep hearing it. By hearing itself, the chanting takes place in your mind. It is salutations to the Lord. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 The Lord alone is having all the forms. Just like all the toys are clay only, made of clay. Toys made of clay, clay alone. So also the entire universe is the product of consciousness. Consciousness is the source of the universe. Consciousness, that because of which the mind functions. And that is everything. External, internal, everything is consciousness alone. It looks like subtle, looks like gross, but it is one consciousness. Infinity is the nature of the consciousness. Everything is that consciousness. Looks like inert objects and living beings. All pervasive consciousness. I am that consciousness. Everything is that consciousness. There is no question of sorrow. Om Swasti Praja Paripalayamtam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaha Gobrahmanebhyah Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Varshatu Parjanyah Prithvi Sasya Shalini Deshoyam Kshomarhitah Brahmana Santu Nirbhayaः Sarvesham Swastirбhavatu सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय त्वरमा अमृतं गमय. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांती शांती शांती. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि ओम.